can desire them, can prefer them. What is illegal, however, Hello everyone, this is Sam from SaberiSixRealEstate back with another video. In today's video, I'm going to continue my series of talking about tenancy laws, most specifically tenancy laws as they relate to Ontario, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about post-dated checks. Now go check out the previous episode. In the previous episode, I was talking about provisions and clauses within tenancy agreements where they state there are no pets to be allowed. And I explained in that video why those clauses are void and enforceable. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about post-dated checks. Before I do, please subscribe, comment, rate, and review. If you have a bad review, you hate my dress shirt, you hate the way I speak, you think I can improve certain things, feel free to let me know that as well. Let's get on with the video. Post-dated checks. Now, if you're not accustomed or familiar with the concept of post-dated checks, they're basically checks written with a certain date on them, wherein the person receiving the checks can only deposit said check at that date. So post-dated checks are usually reserved for payments that you receive now, but you can only deposit in the future, right? So the physical, actual proof of payment, you have it in your hands, but you can't deposit it or cash it until a certain time in the future. As they relate to real estate, most specifically tenancy, although they do come in play in certain aspects of purchase and sale, most often in tenancy and rentals, however, as they relate to such, usually occurs is when a tenant occupies a rental property and the landlord agrees to have the tenant there. The landlord, for their security and safety, asks for 10 to 12, even 8, 5, however many post-dated checks. And let's say the tenant agrees to give first and last as a deposit for a year-long lease agreement. The landlord typically asks for or requires or desires 10 post-dated checks. Even though you, the tenant, might not have that money, the rental payments for the upcoming months in your account, once it is in your account and you write on the post-dated checks the first of every month between first and last months whenever you started the tenancy, that way the landlord has security. He knows, she knows, they have the post-dated checks in their hand. And once again, even if you don't have that money in your account, once it comes to your account, but hopefully by the time they go to the bank to deposit such checks, they immediately get the money and they don't have to call you or email you for the rental amount for that month. So this is where they come in play. In terms of the legality of post-dated checks. Okay, so post-dated checks are not illegal. The landlords have every right to want them and prefer post-dated checks as a type of security, right, on top of the deposit. Even though at times I can argue, and I do argue, and I put this point across to my clients who are landlords, I tell them, look, a post-dated check is not necessarily the most secure thing either, but that's for another video. Going forward with post-dated checks here. So yes, the landlord can desire them, can prefer them. What is illegal, however, is for the landlord to put in the lease agreement or any correspondences with the tenant that post-dated checks are required. So here we have a difference. Please pay attention. If your landlord has told you that if you do not provide post-dated checks, he will not rent out the unit or she will not rent out the unit to you, that is illegal. Landlords cannot request/require post-dated checks. However, they can prefer it. And in practice, and I'm going based on personal experience here, once again, working with landlords, working with tenants, even though on paper they cannot request it, and according to the Residential Tenancies Act of Ontario, it is illegal and void. Since they can prefer it, if you say, no, I'm not going to provide post-dated checks, they can not give you the unit on pretenses that have nothing to do with the post-dated checks, but actually in reality, we all know they're not giving it to you because of the post-dated checks, right? So on paper, they can't say they did not give you the unit because you refuse to provide post-dated checks, because they know that's not enforceable. However, they cannot give it to you for the post-dated check reasons, but under other pretenses, such as, oh, we changed our mind, we want to go with another tenant, or we want to keep looking for more tenants, or at this moment we don't want to rent, whatever the other pretense is. So in reality, in practice, post-dated checks unfortunately are requested and required, but in theory, on paper, in law, they're void, right? So that's the video for today. I'm going to keep doing this series, as well as my other series that I do, What Your Money Can Buy, and more videos. Get in touch with me. My contact information is in the description box. And yeah, let's talk about real estate. Let's talk about basketball. I don't really care what you want to talk to me about. Get in touch with me. And hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was informative. So thank you very much.